Troy, I mean, of course, moving forward, get prepared for Ohio State. I mean, what can you guys take away from the, both the good and the bad from what you guys experienced in Akron?
Basically, Akron was a good team. They ran the fastball as well as Ohio State, and we just need to correct the things that we messed up in the Akron game and focus on this week and getting better at the things we didn't do well in the Akron game.
I mean, what are some of the things that that you guys need to actually improve on this week moving forward?
Just as far as keys and getting guys to the ball, is just working hard.
Now, this quarterback you guys are going to be facing at Ohio State, what kind of trouble could he give you guys, and what are you guys doing to kind of counter that?
He's a good quarterback. He can beat you two ways, and he can throw the ball, or he can as well. He's a mobile quarterback, so we just need to be prepared for whatever he can bring to the table.
Theo, just kind of assess, I guess, first game performance for the offensive line. And Coach Julia said maybe some blocks, maybe you need to sustain better. What did you take away from that first effort?
It was a good game for the offensive line. I mean, our running backs got yards, got a couple big pass plays, but we need to work on the small things, go back to technique and stuff like that, footwork. That's one thing we stress all the time. So we just got back to that this week to brush up on some things that we might have missed in the Akron game to go strong into the Ohio State game.
Obviously, you guys are going to have your own, cut-ups, later after Saturday. But did you guys all watch the game together, or a lot of you in groups when Ohio State played Miami on Saturday at noon?
No, we watched it separately, but all the guys had a chance to watch it. Some guys watched on computers, some guys went places, but we all watched it.
What were your initial impressions, I guess, of watching those guys beat Miami?
They're good defense, so we just got to step up our efforts and do what we have to do to try to win the game.
Athletically, UCF has the guys have been getting over the last few years with their own par with Ohio State's been getting. So is it more of a physical or more of a mental matchup you have to prepare for going into Ohio State?
Well, every game with the offensive line is physical. I mean, it's always physical in the trenches. It's not one play you're not hitting somebody. So it's definitely physical for us. I mean, we want to try to out-physical these guys. We was in the weight room just like they were, but we believe we were working harder. So we're going to use that to our advantage and go up and try to win the game.
You have anything mentally, though, to get in that frame of mind, 100,000 people screaming at you?
We've played in big games before, so, I mean, we're not letting that stress us, like the crowd and all that stuff. I mean, it's football. You're kind of used to the environment. Even here at home, 45,000 people screaming is still loud. It's just loud noise. I mean, we'll probably, if someone has jitters, just get it out first couple snaps and go from there.
Do players enjoy playing in atmospheres like that? It seems like you guys like that when there's a lot of fans yelling at you. Do you guys get off on that, enjoy that?
I mean, I don't know one college football athlete that don't.
Well, you live for games, big stadiums and away games, and everyone loves playing home, but you got to be able to play away too. And even though it's 90,000, we've played in stadiums just as close, or 100,000. So it's gonna be a great game. We're not gonna let the atmosphere get to us.
And what I meant by big game, this is just a regular game for us. What I meant is like the atmosphere.
That said, is it still in your mind that you can still do something UCF hasn't done, which is be the top 25 non-conference opponent? That's something that this program has yet to do. Is that still a little bit in your mind, a little bit you can't do something UCF has never done?
We did be the top 25 opponent when we beat Houston 2 years ago.
Non-conference stuff.
Oh, non-conference. A win is a win. You definitely want to go out to win. You don't want to lose. All of that stuff that's around it, top 25, the school that you're playing, that's just hype. You strap on the pad, you put on your pants, and you go play football to win the game. You don't play to lose. Obviously when you win, all those accomplishments that came with it, like the hype that they had, the ranking that they had, that stuff is in your mind, but we're just going out to play the game to win.
Dave, just kind of talk about the challenge, facing Ohio State defensive line. I know a lot of people talk about, their D-line being one of the best in the nation. What are your impressions after watching those guys on tape?
They're good defensive linemen. They're a good defensive line, period. They got some big guys up front, but we face big guys like that at BYU. They got they got two guys on the end who's similar to Bruce Miller, who got motors, but we just gotta, if we stay after them, then their motor will die. So that's why we're practicing to finish in the fourth quarter, because their motor will die before we do, and that's when we have our chance.
So what about their big playability? That's one thing that stuck out in their first win last week was they have a propensity to really bust out some big plays, at any time. Is that something you got to guard against as a defense?
Going out there playing defense, you always want to minimize big plays. You always want to stay defensively fundamentally sound, and just eliminate as many big plays as you can. So staying on your keys, getting guys to the ball, that eliminates all that.
What about audibles? You guys have the freedom to, if you see something this year, there's been changes to audible out of a set that you guys maybe have called pre-snap?
The coach is getting us in the right position as far as what we need to do, and we're going to execute the call that's given to us.
Troy, they talked about picking up the tempo a little bit or trying to push you guys. Can you talk about your experience going up against sort of up-tempo teams and how this group is kind of prepared for that?
As far as a hurry-up offense, that's always challenging to any defense because you can't do substitutions. But as everyone knows, we play in Conference USA, and there's a lot of teams that run hurry-up. So we have experience with this type of tempo. So we're just working on that in practice and just finishing up and sharpening the tools that we need.
Do you all say anything to the younger players just to kind of get settled and keep the focus on what you think is important this week?
Don't let the crowd get to you. Don't just go out there and whatever coach you to do, just do that. Like, I remember my first year, my first game, and sometimes you can just being in the big stadium, you get the big eyes. But as far as just talking to them, as far as the younger guys, just helping them out, understanding it, and I think these guys are ready.
Yeah, kind of same as that. I mean, the offensive line, our second group is young, but our first group is, we've all played football. So, I mean, it's not as hard to just stay focused on our keys and stuff like that. And like you say, don't let the stuff get to you.
Blake's coming off his first start, which is kind of easy to forget because of how much he's played. But how would you say, he handled that at Akron and how that all came together for the group?
Blake's been a great quarterback since he stepped in at BYU. I mean, no pressure, easy going, don't let stuff get to him. He's not rattled. So those are all the things you need to be a great quarterback, and he's definitely on the road to being one.
Took a couple of hits out there. Is that something you guys take personally? And
Definitely, we definitely take that personal, and we're going to try to keep these guys off our running backs. Yeah, that's something we take to heart. Yeah.
If Latavius Murray can't go on Saturday, just kind of talk about, I guess, the faith you have in the guys behind him, Storm Johnson and Brent Hart.
Yeah, he got dinged up a little bit, but it's football. Everybody gets dinged up, but we're blessed as a team to have a whole slew of running backs. We still got guys who can run and make plays, so that's definitely not like a wrinkle in our game plan at all.
A couple of those two true freshman offensive linemen got in the fourth quarter, Michael Campbell, Colby Watson. And what did you think? How did they do for a first effort and debut?
They did pretty good. I mean, they knew their assignments for the most part, and they're physical. That's what got them as second string linemen. They're really physical, especially Mike and Kobe. So yeah, I think those guys did pretty good.
You guys take it personal at all, being such huge underdogs heading up there to play Ohio State this week?
I mean, I feel like they're a good football team, and we're a good football team. So as far as the underdog aspect, I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I definitely don't believe in that either. We're a good football team. We put on our pants just like they do. But we want to win too. So.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Good luck.